Next we have Wendy Ty, all the way from the US. Wendy has been a Montessori teacher in Sacramento and California for the past 12 years. She was on the EAA board, but she recently just came off as their outreach coordinator, but she still continues to work with them on international endeavors. She's here to talk to you a little bit about supporting elementary guides across the world. Yeah, you'd like to go?
I will.
Thank you.
Hi. I need to start with something that I didn't plan on. Last year was the first time that I came to this meeting, and I was so struck by the passion and the energy of each of the new societies that was entering the AMI community. Once again, I'm just dumbfounded by your energy and your passion. I want to mention that I'm coming from an organization that's 40 years old. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. And I just want to point out that 40 years from now, those of you who are joining right now, you're the giants. So I just want to mention that. So thank you all for your inspiration. I'm coming from AMI EAA, and EAA stands for the Elementary Alumni Association. We're a member-run affiliate of EAA, and we're a supportive community for elementary guides to share ideas and to support each other. Lynn talked about the strategic plan. We really fit in very well under the capacity aspect of her strategic plan, where we're talking about mentorship and we're talking about sharing and improving everybody's energy so that we can go out and do more and affect more children in more places around the world. So we're a grassroots organization, and when I say grassroots, I actually really mean it. We started in the 1960s and 70s with elementary guides just getting together, and those of you in the Africa Summit yesterday, I want you to hear this. We got together making materials. That's what we did. That's how our organization started. So for those of you that are talking about how do we get materials and we're making all our materials, that's exactly how we started. Networks emerged from that. Elementary guides started writing newsletters to each other to share what it was that they were doing in their classrooms. And in 1982, we incorporated formally. We became a legal entity. We incorporated in 1982. It was the first year that we initiated the United States Refresher Course. Guides had been getting together for quite a few years running a summer conference, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. But the most important thing is we had our first bank account that year, and our first official expenditure, and in Daba, I hope you're here, we would have partnered with you at the time had we known, but it was for wine. So if you need to know anything about the elementary guides, that's what you need to know. Anyways, our membership started in 1982 with 56 members. In 2018, we have 625 members from many, many countries. I hope that at some point, if your country's name isn't up there and you're developing an elementary program, that your name will be up there, that your country's name will be there. But this means, as we're talking about service, this means we have 625 potential volunteers. We have 625 people with a whole bunch of energy and a whole bunch of willingness to be helpful and to provide support. So please consider that when you're thinking of our 625 members. One of the things that is really important in our membership is our discussion group, EAA Talk. And it's a place where elementary guides can go online and say, oh my gosh, I have no idea how to get a going out program going in my school. This is what's going on. All kinds of things we talk about. And so if you'll take a minute, I just gathered over the last year just some things that people talked about on EAA Talk. And I just want to point out probably the one that's the most troublesome, if any elementary guides are here, is actually pencils. So of all those really profound things, it's the pencils we struggle with. Anyways, so there's that. One of the other benefits of our membership is we promise 2 times a year, a newsletter rich with information from our elementary trainers, with other guides. Oftentimes we're able to get out 3 newsletters a year, but we promise 2. Now, this next part is really important because for me, this is symbolic for our organization. We provide graduate support, and we have in the United States for each AMI elementary graduate. Originally, and for many years, decades, it was financial support. For each graduate, we provide, EAA provided a certain amount of money to the training center. We decided about 5 years ago we wanted something tangible, something that teachers could use the very first day in their classroom. So we gave a gift of this Rise Up singing book so that when you made all your plans for the first day and you had 20 extra minutes and you went, oh my God, I don't know what to do, that you would have a book that you could say, we're going to sing now. So we worked on that. But we started noticing in the United States, and then fortunately for us, we paid enough attention that it wasn't just in the United States, that there's a pretty English-centric gift, and that many people weren't able to access that. So we started about a year ago working really hard to find a gift for all of the elementary graduates that wasn't English-centric, and that wasn't actually as easy as we had thought it would be. And again, if you'll bear with me, elementary guides, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The decimal lesson that we have a decimal board, and the unit is the king. And we pull a beautiful crown out of a box in front of the children, and we say, I can tell all the elementary people because they're like this right now. Yeah. We pull a beautiful crown out of a box, and we put it right on the decimal board, and we say, the unit is the king. And most of us also say queen about half the time. Anyways, and so we thought, oh, that's something that every elementary guide needs for that lesson. And oftentimes, we have to resort to something like drawing the crown or making it out of aluminum foil, or it's not as easy as you might think to get a crown. So we put out great effort through our membership, and we found a really beautiful crown that we're now gifting. Our goal is to gift this to every AMI elementary graduate at every training center in the world. So we're working on that right now. So hopefully this is something that all of your graduates will be receiving regardless of what country you're in. Another service of our membership that anybody can take advantage of is our summer conference. It's basically summer camp for elementary teachers. That's all that really needs to be said. This year, we have somebody actually to us international. We have Carol Palmer coming from New Zealand to present handwork. And at our summer conference, we share, we sit around campfires, we go hiking, we've been in rainforests, we've gone whitewater rafting. One time I tried to jump off of a cliff into the water, but I tried. I tried. We also just 2 years ago found in our budget money that we earmarked for scholarships for elementary guides to attend our summer conferences. Last year we were able to award 2 scholarships to our Phyllis Potash-Lewis, who's one of our founders and one of our most ardent supporters. But we were able to award 2 full scholarships. This year we're able to afford 4. And actually one of those scholarships is going to one of our members from England to come over to Boulder, Colorado to share in our summer conference this summer. So I hope that the message I've sent is that EAA is available. We're a support organization, but we're also a service organization. So as you're finding yourself with all of these lovely primary children who are leaving your primary schools and saying, that was the best time of my life, and you start thinking, ooh, what about Montessori Elementary? That you can recognize that we are growing and would love to include you in our growth. So the final thing is, I have this beautiful crown. I have one. If there's an elementary guide out there who would like it, come talk to me at lunch.